It's the All Birdies No Bogeys podcast, your weekly disc golf analysis podcast right here on JomezPro. We're live again. It's post-Worlds. Brian Earhart, Nate Perkins, and Team Canada, Sofia Donnecke, Thomas Gilbert joined us in the booth now. We're going to recap this unbelievable weekend of disc golf. Perkins, you get the back seat. We got Team Canada here going to the World Games next week. Sofia, we'll start with you. How was your week?
My week was long. It was ups and downs. It was incredible. I mean, we're in Finland. It's Worlds. There's so many people out here loving disc golf and just cheering us on.
Is it your first World Championship?
It is my first World Championships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you feel the difference of the weight of this tournament compared to other big tournaments that you've played in the past?
I definitely did. I was put on feature card, or like second feature card on day one, which I think even added more nerves and just sort of weight, because there was already a lot of people there on a Wednesday, you know. So it was definitely took me a little bit to settle into my game, and every day got a little bit better. But yeah, it was just a great week.
Well, we got done with Estonia, emotional roller coaster, come down, off week. Talk about just your travels and your journeys, getting to Finland and having that week to kind of chill, but then also prepare for another major coming up. Thomas, what do you think?
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, also me and Sofia both were able to participate in a charity event over in Helsinki and then over in Kippis. So we did that on Monday. Took a ferry over,
Ace
got
Park.
a little shuttle. Ace Park, yeah.
Kalevi Luhavori, he was the guy who did the
trumpeting,
the trumpeting at the music ceremony. One of my best Finnish friends. Actually, my Finnish brother.
Yes. Yeah, he's a great guy. We played his event, played Kippis, the number 3 ranked course on UDisc, and yeah, it was incredible. Such a cool, well-run event, so much fun, an introduction to Finland, to our whole trip here for the 2 weeks. Got done on Wednesday, took a bus here, and then now we're here for preparing for the biggest tournament of all time. It's insane.
Well, I'll start with you, Sofia. Today was insane. Let's start with the FPO because we've been saying this every week on this podcast, but instant classic, we have to throw that term out because of how often we use it. But today, I've never felt like I'm going crazy more, like watching the action unfold, and it was like there was so much tension. I was almost sick being a part of the broadcast. Like when they're throwing on hole 16, I was like, I'm almost sick. Yeah. When I first saw Hinna's disc, Hinna threw from like 350 out and roped a destroyer. And
amazing.
When I saw it hit and slowly crawl up the hill and go out, and her reaction, I felt sick to my stomach. And I just want to ask you, like, how did you witness the FPO round unfold at the end?
Right. So I finished my round. I was a couple cards down, but I was standing on the sky bridge, just like trying to see through the trees, you know. And I saw like, especially on 18, I saw like the discs landing. I was like, oh, that's Hinna's disc, and like, oh, that's Ida's disc. And there was just so many storylines, and like watching Ella's round coming through the final stretch.
Yeah. Insane. Highest rated round
I know.
all time.
Highest, was it all time or tied?
It's 1050. I thought 1056 was the previous.
Okay.
1057. Wow.
Yeah.
I might be
wrong. I think there might be a 1058 and 59 at JomezPro.
Okay, I'm way off.
Let's use the
I'm way off. But this is also unofficial.
So many storylines.
So it could adjust a little bit. Likely not.
Yeah.
But one of the best rated rounds.
So I was on the bridge. I saw her she had that circle 1 putt that she chained out on. For was 13 down or 14 down.
Yes.
But still an incredible round. And then so that was like one of the storylines. Do you think
she should have gone for it? Okay, she was back here right behind us. She was probably 380 out, playing like 415.
Yeah.
What do you do in that moment when you're throwing that well, but also to land that shot in bounds from there is low percentage? What do you think, Sofia?
It was hard to see, but she went OB right.
Yeah.
Well,
held it right.
off the tee she was safe.
Yeah. But then her second shot.
Do you feel like she should have gone?
Yes.
You think she should have carded the eagle instead of trying to play for birdie?
She's the world distance champ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Distance isn't a
Distance
problem.
isn't a problem. It was just the situation of her. She didn't know what they were doing on 17 yet. I was watching between 17 and 18's fairway and watching them come in on 16, and Ella and their car were on 18's tee pad waiting for them to see whether they were landing on the island. So they had no idea what was going to happen.
Wow.
You can't assume Hannah's going to bogey 17. So
Yep.
you have to play it in the moment.
Yep.
And she needed to make up strokes, so she went for the eagle.
And I
That's a great
watched her
point.
shot, like her second throw, and I thought it was perfect. And then the disc just turned a
It
little
just-
bit more.
Mhm.
And there was like
Juiced
a
it.
head right to left coming down the
Yeah.
hill, so it was a tricky backhand wind for the righties. So
Well,
I thought she threw it perfect, and then it just never came back into the screen.
It never came back inside. It's crazy to even ride the OB the whole
Oh, I know.
way. For
That's
her
what
to
I
not
did, yeah.
ever
It's such a
cross, I
skinny
couldn't believe.
area.
I couldn't believe
Yeah.
she never crossed.
Because you'd think like my shot on that is always like, okay, like throw it more
More right
flat
than
and
you-
hard than you
yeah.
think, because it's going uphill, it's gonna stall and fade back in.
Mm-hmm.
The miss that you see everyone do is the left,
Yeah.
the left
Yeah.
OB.
Diving
So
left.
the fact that she really committed to that shot and maybe overcommitted or the wind or something, but I thought it was the right choice.
Cool.
So yeah, because how often do you see someone do that at all? Like that right miss?
No.
I hardly ever
Yeah.
see it. And it was someone with her speed. She's throwing 70,
She must-
73
Yeah.
miles an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, of course, she's trying to blast the pine trees.
Yeah.
And when you're playing that good, I mean, this is it's the tied for the fourth highest rated round of all time.
Okay.
1059 Page, 1058 Cat, 1058 Page,
Yeah.
and then Page has a 1057. But when you're playing like that,
Yeah.
everything looks big.
I'm
The
with you.
fairways look big. The baskets look
And you
big.
miss left, you have a birdie putt, and you go
Exactly.
to 11.
That was
Yeah.
kind of my
Yeah.
thought. Mhm.
And so I guess the next player I want to ask you about is, I guess Letomaki. I mean, round 4 in the rain to shoot 6 down
Shredded.
on the front 9 to take 10 strokes on each of her opponents. I believe each of her opponents, she's taken 10 strokes. You know, I know you're playing Sofia, but do you ever go back and watch, or do you just see the scores and see everyone else's scores, including yours, and you're like, how is she doing this? Or
Yeah.
what was your experience with kind of that wave that was happening across the tournament?
Right. So usually when I'm playing, I don't look at scores, but that round I was having such a tough time when it was raining that I finally was like, okay, let's just see. And I saw the whole FPO field just shooting like 5 strokes worse than I would have thought, except for Ida. And I don't know. I think there's a couple people that I talked to that were like playing better than normal in the rain as well. But to throw that much better than every other person in contention for the win, and then to have that all disappear on one hole is
Heartbreaking.
the stories
Yeah.
in this tournament are just, there's so many.
It's insane. She lost 10 strokes on one hole.
So yesterday, I'm doing interviews for FPO while Perkins is on the course, and then we flip flop in the afternoon.
Yep.
And I get a message from our producer saying lead card interviews only. Like Letomaki had 12 strokes at that point. So we're only going to poll the people that are close to her. I go inside. I'm handed a stack of free DGN coupons, so I'm like handing them out to people, chatting, and then all of a sudden I miss a text from our guy Tom Rapp that I had to pull people off the chase card because she took a 13 on hole 16, and I missed the text and I missed the interview, and he had to do it.
Like all these players
Yeah.
are like brought back into the picture all of a
Right,
sudden.
right.
And it was crazy to see their body language. All of a sudden, Silva, she's alive again. Hannah's
Yeah.
alive. Evelina, all these athletes are just like brought back into the picture. And while it was sad to witness, we all have to get through 16. You guys all have to endure a whole 16. The winner has to get through it. So I think it's a perfect hole, and I think we need holes like that. You hate to see a player go through it, but at the same time, it made the final day that much more exciting,
I mean,
right?
How many storylines have we had at hole 16 here at Nokia? Like countless number of amazing storylines coming from that hole.
So I have a question that it opens up a different topic, but USDGC hole 17 has to get the X tier status as a major, and the rounds don't count because of, I believe, ruling on 17. Is that correct?
Is it 17?
It's a number of holes.
It's also
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
also like on 12 the stroke and distance there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you
with that
don't
drop zone.
even take it last in bounds from that drop zone. You can just keep 10 cupping it there.
Well, then I'll go back to 16. Then I'll scrap that. Do you guys think with the new ruling this year, it's playing harder and more like tense than the bunker rule in years past?
I believe so. Yeah, I think the fact that you kind of know that hole's coming up, you know, like that you're going to have to rethrow it. I think knowing there's not a penalty stroke on every single throw is a huge like relief. Like you almost know like you can dial in the throw a little bit better. Where here, like now you're moving up and you're at that OB line, and you know that's 2 strokes. Like it happened to me round 1. Like it's a demoralizing feeling, and you just feel less and less confident every single time that disc skips long, comes up, hits the hay bale short. Like it's you start to question everything, and it makes it like that nail biter that everyone wants to watch and see too.
Yeah.
Talk to us from the FPO perspective. It's a par 5 for you guys.
Yes.
The OB bubbles out a little bit at the end. I saw a lot more players in FPO playing for that fat spot for the 4. How do you approach this hole?
Me? I throw an Anheuser Halo Destroyer just past the path, and then I go for the green.
Yeah, go for the eagle, right? So then, in your eyes, should it be called a par 4 just from on principle?
I don't think so for FPO, because I don't like I have the distance advantage and I'm doing 2 distance shots.
Yeah.
So I get like I don't know, like 40, 50 feet over those 2 shots over like some of the field. So I don't know, maybe make the island bigger and call it a par 4, or like extend the island more towards the green.
Yeah.
Or towards the tee, sorry. And then like it makes it more people can go for the island on their second, even if they're short of the path.
Right.
But
I vote keep it a par 5.
Yeah.
Such a good par 5.
so I think it played as a 5 today exactly in FPO,
Yeah.
and I think
Oh,
we
wow.
need more holes where it's like not so many over par holes.
And you're right.
For sure.
If someone's got that distance advantage and to be able to have the confidence to go 350 over OB the whole time and pin that green, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And today what happened on hole 16 was really where it started getting stirred up, because Henna was playing so well. She throws it OB off the tee, misses her first, and then dimes the next one to get the single bogey from like 350
Keep
out.
her in it. Yeah.
And both, we have to commend both Ida and Owen, because going for it is obviously, we know that's hard, but that hitting that fairway, laying up, it's almost just as hard.
Silva missed it.
It's such a
I missed it.
touchy shot. I saw so many players just go. Missy, day 1, that's what broke her. She was just trying to lay up and just, it fell out of her hand.
Yeah.
And then she tin cupped it from there. But Owen threw a driver, a flex destroyer, of course,
Like a boss.
up the fairway, you know, like to keep her in it. And then she goes across with this shot right here. Owen, she said in her interview, hey, I never really fully believed in myself, but she never lost faith in it. So she throws that shot. But Ida, the way that the round wasn't going her way, she 3-putt hole 1, and she was really struggling all day to just find that rhythm like we saw in round 4. And then she made great putts on 14, I think 9 meters, 7 meters on 15. And then she throws it up. This is her shot on 14 right here. Look at this flex.
Can't even drive a car yet.
Finds the gap right here. She had this putt 2 days in a row. Yesterday, she airballed it right. Today, stripes it.
Such a nice
God, I
putting
love her
stroke.
Is there
stroke.
anyone else in the FPO division that is driving putts on hyzer like that?
No,
Like, there-
not with that much commitment.
I've never
it's-
seen it. Like, Sophia, you drive your putts home nose up spin, right? You coming across your body nose up spin. Like Missy's driving them nose up spin. I've never seen anyone in the FPO drive putts like old Ricky Wysocki, like Silas Schultz 2 years ago, Champions Cup, where they're like off axis, like nose down, hyzer pitch, spinning, driving home. It's
Maybe
incredible.
the closest is like Paige's putt, but she's like a little flat, little nose up as well, but like driven.
It's much flatter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's flatter. What she's doing is incredible. I think she's making it look so repeatable. She's one of the most promising FPO players I've seen in a really long time, and the mental fortitude for her to bounce back in this final round and throw that safe shot on 16 to get up and down there. Didn't they all go beat OB on 17? Everyone except Henna, right? They all made their par putts.
Right.
Owen
Yes.
made her par putt. Ida made their par putt, and then hit a miss from bullseye's edge. I want to ask you guys about the playoff because Letomaki throws her first one in bounds, okay, and Own goes OB. Letomaki throws her second one in bounds. What do you think in the final shot? I mean, can you just speculate for us, Thomas? What's going through her mind when all she has to do to win the world title at 15 years old is chip that pizza? I think it's a Toro.
Yeah.
Is it a Toro?
And I think that she's just overwhelmed with the thought of close as possible. I think like she's so focused on getting that tap in winning putt that you don't think, oh, I have 100 feet to the right of the basket.
To the right.
And it happens to so many people. Everyone comes up short left. And it's the one mistake that we feel like we shouldn't ever make. As soon as we throw it, we regret it. But it's just, you want to get it as close as possible. And that's why that OB is placed so perfectly for that green.
Yeah.
I make this mistake, and I'm I don't know what she did on the green, but it feels like sometimes when I get nervous and I have to throw a shape where I can't just throw directly at the basket, I will see the result and like I will throw at the result, and then my disc will break away from it, and that's kind of what happened to hers. But you just want to get from point A to point B as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Gutting. It was gutting, and then of course I think one of the biggest storylines was her layup. From right there. I mean, Sofia, what did you make of that? I mean, Own had chipped up her fourth, and she was just in bounds. She had a 15-footer. What do you make of Ida laying that putt up?
I mean, it was a pretty long putt with a lot of danger if she had missed, but I would never bet on Own missing a 15-footer.
Never.
So
even under that much pressure.
I also heard something from a fan who came up to me and said that when Ida stepped up to the green, PDGA scores had Own listed as putting for bogey. For I'm not sure if it was for 10 seconds or like a minute or 2 minutes.
Wow.
I can't confirm that. That's what a fan came up and said to me.
Wow.
At the end of the day, whether it's a miscalculation based on that or it's a miscalculation of, because I actually had fans in the stands with me saying, oh, well, she just has to lay this up and they push.
I think it got Juliana in the booth for a second.
And I'm like, no, guys, she needs to make this putt to push it. And fans, I think, were trying to like calculate the strokes. Like, well, they both go on OB once. But then I was like, Owen's going to make hers.
They were like going like this in like trying to count. And I mean, you have your 30 seconds to make that decision. And unfortunately, I think that it might have been a miscalculation.
Yeah. It must be so hard
bet
to
on
think.
Owen missing that putt. Like you just can't imagine that.
Well,
making that error.
The whole all the stands wanted Ida to win.
Absolutely.
Like we all love Owen.
We're in Finland.
The SoCal crew was there, and you know who they wanted to win. But you knew the weight like on Ida's shoulders, and it's not like she's this larger than life personality carrying all this weight. I don't think anybody was putting her at the top this week. I think there were so many other names that people were going to say was going to win. But yeah, I don't know. My heart breaks for her.
Yep.
Sad way to go out. I want to ask though. We did have a world champion for the first time. You've played with Own.
Oh my gosh.
Just paint a picture for the fans. What it's like playing against someone so ferocious as a competitor, but also seemingly the opposite at the same time.
Yeah, she's just so supportive, wonderful. She gets the people going. When you're on her card, you know there's going to be spectators and like there's going to be good energy. I'm just so happy for her because she's been out here for so long, and I mean she shows that anything is possible and like make your putts. And I mean these two courses are so different. To come out on top after 5 rounds really says a lot. And I cried. Watching her finish, she like just collapsed and was crying. It's just meant so much to Own, and I'm just over the moon.
I could barely speak to her. Actually, I had to take some really deep breaths to interview her because I was in tears too. I mean, 6 for 9 from C2, and all of those C2s were nasty, like 50 footers. She had a 124 meters of putting during this final. That's 124 meters of putting in that one round.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
That's incredible.
And the whole time, she I don't know where she was drawing from to make these 50 footers. And normally, when Own makes these 50 footers, she is like interacting with the crowd, and she's kind of like, let's go. But she made like a 35 footer on hole 8, and she didn't flinch. She just like low fist pumped, walked up to the basket, got it out. Next hole,
Next
hole
one.
9, she puts it at like 55, and she's like by the tree. Normally, when Owen makes a C2 look, it's in the chains the whole time, right? But this one was like, it was like doing the duck, and it was like above, and then it dropped right on the pole, and I'm just like chills, full body chills.
Right here.
Oh, nasty.
Are you
gosh.
kidding me? Are you kidding?
Nate, I know where she's drawing from. She's drawing from literal thousands of hours on the putting green.
Yeah.
And that's why you practice. That's why you put the time in. Because hopefully that one day comes where you get out of your own way and you sit back and you can watch yourself compete. When Bradley Williams won Preserve, he said it felt like somebody was dragging him through it, you know? Or Kristen has said when she's won world titles, I'm just standing back and witnessing the tournament unfold.
Yeah.
You're letting your subconscious take over. So all those thousands of hours of mastery are coming to fruition right here.
Yeah.
That's why you work as hard as Owen does. And I thought she was done. I thought when she hurt her arm, I thought we would never see the same Owen Scoggins again. I was so scared.
The ulnar nerve, yeah. And you know what? You guys know what's funny? So I was like, hey, you're 44 years old. You're 5-time Masters world champ. And it turns out, like, Owen doesn't actually know how old she is. Right?
No way.
Her dad says this date and year, and her mom says this date and year. So you know, the Disc Golf Network like put a graphic up. She's 45. I say she's 44, and then social media is like, wait, she's 43. and Owen didn't say anything to me because I did an interview with Gannon. I think it was European Open, actually. And I was like, you're 17. And he was like, I'm 18. Like, in the moment, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I don't know. Maybe you don't think she's 44, but
She might be 54.
but
Maybe.
Who knows?
this is
Age is just a number. We've
It
learned
is.
this.
Yeah, we've learned
Remember,
this.
and it was only in 2017, right, that the Masters World split from the Pro Worlds. Is that right,
Yeah,
Thomas?
2016 was the last year.
It was the last year at Emporia, and so this hasn't really been possible for too long to win a Masters
win
World
both.
title, and I don't think it'll ever happen again. I think that
can't
this is
imagine,
just
no.
history,
No.
and it's sealed. It just I can't even think of another sport where it's even remotely like possible. People don't play in
No.
Masters and then come back and play.
Even in traditional golf.
I've
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
heard of that before. So disc golf has made history. Owen Scoggins has made history, I think,
Absolutely.
with what
Absolutely.
happened
Yeah.
Well, I walked out there all day with the MPO,
Yeah.
and I was all nervous the whole day.
today. Oh man.
First time first time world champion, pretty much guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Almost 100% guaranteed. And earlier in the week, I did a catch episode with Anthony Barela, and I surprised him with this old Buzz that was an ace disc from when he was 11 years old.
No
His dad
way.
shipped it out to me.
Oh
We
my
played long
gosh.
toss with it, and all of his friends and family signed it. It was at
That's
like Buffalo
incredible.
Ridge in Arizona.
Oh,
and when I
that's so
surprised him
cool.
with it, his eyes like popped out of his head. He's like, I haven't thrown this since I aced with it. And we
Wow.
played long toss with it. He fell in love with it, put it in his bag, and he was telling me all these stories about how he was just a little kid sitting on the curb at the 2012 World Championships watching Paul get his first one. And he was just, maybe 50 meters away from me holding the leaderboard, for
No
Paul McBeth that
way.
same year.
Wow.
Wow.
And he's still that little kid. You talk to AB and like he looks like this too cool for school guy. He's still that little kid that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
wanting to play disc golf
He's still
all the
got
time.
so much passion for the sport.
He plays Vista del Camino every day when he's back home. He's like
Yeah.
not sick of his home course yet.
Wow.
But yeah, this guy, after that round at Beast, I was kind of convinced it was his weekend, but it's not that easy in the MPO. What do you think, Thomas?
Yeah, one of the most becoming players in the sport of disc golf. We've watched him grow up as a player through like when he was literally walking, carrying only Paul's bag, and it seemed bigger than him.
Yeah.
It was bigger than him.
And now he's one of the best players in the world, multiple Elite Series wins, and in contention for it seems like almost every major. So such a good player.
And at Monster, UC said he's going to commemorate Ezra's round, 14 under par. People still say it's the best round that they've ever heard of.
Yeah.
They're giving him like a plaque or something.
Yeah.
This needs to be here, and I think
Oh yeah.
we're done playing here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's not
Unfortunately,
confirmed.
there's-
So I've heard
We got a tiny sliver of hope, I think.
tiny sliver of hope.
Yeah.
I think the construction is only going to affect 1 and 18 so far. that I've heard.
Okay, so
we've been hearing this for years now that
Right.
this might be the last time. I think UC Maresma might be retiring though from hosting this
okay.
event.
Oh, he was so emotional after awards. I don't know if you saw him. I tried to give
didn't
him
see
a
him.
handshake, but he was like this. His
Oh.
hand was over his eyes, and then
Yeah.
I finally got to him, and he looked up, and he was just bawling his eyes
Wow.
out. This is big tough guy. This is like the
This
closest
is
to like
decades.
Wow, it's
a
20
big dog
years.
CEO
Yeah.
that I've ever met.
Yeah.
And finally broke character after all these years. 12 years in the making.
Yeah.
Well, you just said it, Brian, but this is one of the best runs we've ever seen at a World Championships right here to go.
He misses hole one.
Par the first, and then to go 14 on the next 13 holes. 15, it's a quick bogey, but 15 down. While they're different rounds, right? It takes a different skill set to shoot 14 down at the Monster than it does 15 at the Beast. But to do it, to bring him back into the
Oh, yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
Anthony now has 2 of the top 10 rounds all time ever shot at a Pro Worlds, and
Right.
and one of them, I think 2 of them might be over 1100 rated. I think he's only one of 5 rounds to shoot 1100 at a World, so it was insane.
What's more impressive, 14 at the Monster or 15 here?
Man, gotta say 14 at the Monster. I mean, there's just so many holes that are like unbelievable, incredible. You have to shape the fairway the entire way, such a specific shot shape, and he executed like so many of them. Like he definitely got some luck, but like he executed every single putt. Everyone was like pressured. There was very few putts that he had that entire round that felt like a gimme. And I mean, same for AB with the 15. He was putting his pants off. Like it was so incredible. Like, and that's what it takes to shoot those rounds. Like people need to realize like you can't just throw together 1100 like all willy nilly. It takes something really, really special.
Well, we go into the final round, and my eyes were all on Niklas. Yeah, AB shot that good round, goes into the final day with the momentum. But before this week, I talked to Niklas in Estonia, and he was like, "Oh, this is vacation. I don't care. Like, I know what's waiting for me when I come back to Finland."
Yes.
And UC was telling me he was doing commercials, he was doing press with the national news, and all the tabloids were around here, like getting any sort of sneaky quotes they could out of players. I heard some unfathomable questions asked to people in the disc golf world by the tabloids here in Finland, and I'm not going to say them on air, but he maneuvered all of that. He has his face on like pizza, like advertisements.
Yeah.
You guys see
Yeah.
that?
Evelina too downtown. I think 2 different
Like the
pizza
pizza
flavors.
box?
Do you know what
it's a
Evelina's
flavor.
pizza was?
I think it was like chipotle mayo and like
Chipotle mayo base?
I don't know. I
It
saw
had,
like a
the-
picture.
Yeah, the
And
yakini
lettuce.
on it as well. Yeah.
Lettuce?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they
Nick-
have
okay.
this.
It looked good.
Just Chipotle
Yeah.
mayo
I think
and lettuce. There's gotta be
Niklas's
another
looked
ingredient
better.
on
No,
there.
it was like, yeah.
There might have been some pesto or something like that,
I-
but they look good. I would go buy
Yeah.
either one of their pizzas any day.
What is his pizza? Hold on.
They were at all the bus stops too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we saw it a couple weeks ago with Kristen on all like the bus stops and the big ads. But this is, it's so they had like video ads on like the
Yeah.
downtown
Yeah,
bus stops.
downtown
Yeah.
It's
Tampere,
crazy.
yeah.
Niklas is a pineapple on pizza guy. I'm not going any farther. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. But that's what he had in his. And I'm not going to play this for you all back at home.
Okay.
You can look it up. It's on Instagram.
Yeah, it's somewhere. There.
But he comes in here, and there's kids wearing cowboy hats. There's people with like cardboard cutouts of him screaming his name all over the course. He had the biggest weight on his shoulders of
Oh,
anybody
yes.
going into the final day. And whenever I talk to his caddy, Yanni, he's just like, he's relaxed somehow. They had a little like,
Somehow.
they had a little system of candy where like they got to the tee of 17 at Monster, and Niklas goes to him and says, "If I hit it, I get it." and there's a little
love
piece of
it.
licorice in his bag that he
Oh,
would
gosh.
get.
man.
But he told his caddy, "Is that a long drink?
Keeping the
How many
stakes
do you
low.
have for us?"
Lankaro.
Well, I mean, I'd like one, but
Lankaro.
all right.
There we
On
go.
air, on
Crack
air.
it, Brian.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brian. I think that for him to show up the way that he did, really the whole tournament, I'm okay. I'm gonna have some of my Pudissimo.
Thank you.
All right.
Little drink break for
Is
the
there
crew
beer?
here. It's
Yeah.
been a
They
long
want one?
week.
In
Thank you.
Finland, one of
Is that
their
beer?
one of the
Or-
is it
Yeah,
a
you're a
national
beer
drink,
person.
Juha? Is it the Lankaro? It's probably one of the
Cheers.
national.
Cheers.
Drinks. I don't know if I don't know if it's officially a national drink.
There we go.
Tell the story.
Yeah.
long drink was invented in 1952 for the Helsinki Olympic Games.
Cool. And that's gin and grapefruit. That's gin and grapefruit, and it's so funny, you know, coming here with Paige Pierce years ago when she won one of the European Opens, but you know she's going back out to watch the men, and she's just like, the fans are like, and she's like, anyone have a Lancaro? You know, and she's like, the fans are like handing her Lancaros, and she's just like walking around with her like European Open trophy, like pouring the Lancaros in there and like watching the men play. And she was out there today actually, because what happens during this final round, there were 10,000 people or something. And so
incredible.
And normally at a tournament, right, Thomas, you and I both know this because you and I both love getting right behind the tee pads and like the best views. It's hard to do that. Like you can't really do that anymore.
You're like blocked out by like 4 rows of spectators.
Out. It's not like it was like back in Vermont, you know, 2018, where we could just like walk anywhere
right behind the tee pad. Yeah.
And so we're trying to find a spot to watch, and actually the players couldn't even like access the VIP fairways because they sold too many. So everyone's just like scrambling for a spot to like watch one little sliver of action. So what was your experience, Sofia? Did you watch the men live or did you watch on the network?
I watched a little bit. To be fair, I spent a lot of time packing for China tomorrow. So I was more watching like the scores on my phone.
Yeah.
But even for FPO, I mean, it was just like there was people everywhere. I think European Open I was impressed last year, but this was enormous. And like I was like coming. There's like traffic jams leaving town after.
Wow.
It's insane.
It was insane. Like I tried to follow along the lead card for the first couple of holes, and it just like, all right, this isn't working. I'm gonna go to the player RV. I'm gonna go sit and watch the DGN for like. I was like, okay, once they get to like hole 16, I'll try to jump out and get a good spot.
Yeah.
But man, literally tens of like people like deep into the crowd before you can actually get a view. And I'm lucky I'm a tall guy, so I can like see a little bit over their heads. But man, it was so incredible. And I wanted to experience that in person. I want to be one of the 10,000 people that are watching this amazing event come to a close, and in such an epic fashion too.
And it's crazy to see like when they finish a hole or a shot, like you see the whole crowd like running
like an amoeba,
they're just like racing to get the next best like view of the next shot.
It's like a wave just, like, washing over the fairway of
amazing
just
energy. Yeah.
The crowd control team is insane.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
The fact that they somehow convinced hundreds of people to sprint, who paid money to come here to watch sports. You gotta sprint, and then they're gonna yell at you to stop. And everyone was just like obedient and excited and happy. And I remember I was walking with my microphone because I'm not running, and some guy with a VIP badge runs by me and just goes, sprints past me. So excited. Yeah, I can't believe that they did that, but it's because this team has done the European Open for so long, and they've grown into their own roles. They've become managers of their own teams of people, and they've trained well. For how many people were there, the fact that there weren't more spectator-related incidents is unbelievable. I can't even imagine like what it was like if it was less regulated than it was. How was it playing in front of this gallery for you guys? Like, was it hard to play with that many people moving in the background?
I mean, the hole 16, there's like a path, and so you have to like have people on your card like stop people from walking in front. But there is always hustle and bustle, and I think for the most part, if it's some people have trouble blocking it out. I think for me it was okay because it's like it's just already kind of busy. To be honest, I didn't have a huge gallery on my card, but there was always a bit of people watching. So. But I can't imagine what it was like for a lead card where you have to like throw over people's heads and stuff. I know Ella said there was some incidents for her where she like had to like carry over people's heads for her shots, and so like that, you know, it's a little bit different when you have to execute a shot and like there's people in like in front of you. So you know, it's a different experience for sure.
What about you, Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, having hundreds of and then thousands of eyes on you as you're throwing these like crucial shots that you have to be dialed, you have to be focused, and you have like, I mean, it's an epic moment. You can kind of harness the energy, or you can let it get to you. I think that's what really like differentiates the like okay, decent players from like the great players. Ricky Wysocki is one of those players that like he wants as much energy as possible. He loves harnessing the energy from the crowds. And I think like it's a moment that you've earned. Like you've earned all these eyes watching you. Like this is what you've played the game for. This is what you got to this point, and you got to just take it and accept that you're in this moment. And these are people that are wanting to watch you throw good shots, and we want to execute those good shots for them.
I got so emotional. I came out on 15, and I was like, oh, okay. This many people are watching disc golf. We walk down the fairway. They get to the green. I cross over into 16's fairway, and then you just like look out. Yeah, and I just like involuntarily started crying. Like I was the only kid in my school at age 12 that played disc golf, and leading up through high school, you barely met anybody that knew what the heck the game was. And there's a lot of talk about disc golf and like the rise of the COVID era and the quote unquote fall back to a more level state. But then you come back here and you're like,
It's
oh
not
yeah,
falling here.
we've come so far. And I think the growth of our sport, you know, might come internationally, and then the United States might have to go, crap, we got to put our money where our mouth is and actually continue on this greatness in disc golf if these smaller countries are going to start putting it on like this. It's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, that's I'd love to hear that, Brian.
Okay, we just got word.
320,000 Finnish viewers watched live on national TV. So the Disc Golf Network broadcast was being fed through
Just for FPO.
Ule. Is that just for FPO?
Yeah,
That's
320,000 for FPO this
U-
morning.
Ule, that's a national sports network. So, I mean, that dwarfs anything that we've ever had live concurrent viewers in the United States. And they had, so we're sitting in the Disc Golf Network booth right here. And then what I thought was like a porta potty was actually where the Finnish broadcast is.
Yeah.
It was a tiny little box. And these guys bring a different like flavor. They are like, they are so loud, and they are filling every second with, I mean, Finnish is a little bit less, I don't know, efficient, as you could say. You have to say more letters to convey a message, right?
Yes.
So they are like, they're running 1,000,000 miles per hour to convey what they're seeing, and they're also talking about each player's discs and their shots, and like in a different way. So it was endearing to hear the Finns on the Ule sports broadcast just like going 1,000,000 miles per hour. It's crazy.
Well, the one guy was a ice hockey commentator, so he's
He's like a big deal. He's like
yeah,
pro,
and that's how you call ice hockey.
Right.
You're
Like
not whispering and going
miles an
slow
hour.
when you're calling ice
So
hockey.
cool. You could hear him. I'm like, wow, what is that? I'm like, oh, it's a Finnish commentator. It's like way over there. Terry made a few jokes about that, but
but anyway, zooming into this final part of the round. It got to a point where anybody could take it. I thought Nicklaus was a man on a mission this morning. He was perfect through I think the first 6 holes or something like that, and then maybe was like missed
he
2
parred
holes.
5.
He was like 10 through 12.
Laid up 5, and then
part 6, and then
yeah.
birdie.
That's what it was.
And then he went on 7
way.
in a row. And
Yeah.
I was with Paul Oman and Davis from Stash Discs, and we got right behind 15, which is an amazing spot to watch discs. Like that hole is so great for viewing. And Nicholas's shot on the 15th, I think he was either 7 or 8 in a row. He had the box and he had the PD out. And he's just going through his routine, and as you mentioned, that Yanni was saying, he just is so relaxed. Like even Gannon, it's like you can tell he's like nervy, and he's doing his chalk. He's going through his chalk, and it's like it's not like his heart rate's kind of beating higher than normal. Nicholas is like emanating like calm, and he throws his PD, and we had seen like 3 cards play, and anytime you like turned it a little bit, it would drag it over a little bit more than you thought. So he hit it just past flat on a little bit of Annie, and it just pulled it a little too much, and it started to come back. It almost looked like it was going to beat that tree, and sometimes they go through that last tree.
Like Gossage is,
Gossage went right through the tree, Thomas, and Nicholas looked like it was going to hit the last leaf and park it, and it grabs the leaf and it shoves it down, and it hits into the OB line, and it doesn't cross, and so it's almost an instant bogey. And I kind of felt like it was almost over at that point for him, but you could tell in his body language, he was upset, but he still didn't think it was over, and he was right. He was right. He bogeyed 16. He birdied 16 after the bogey, and then birdied 17 outside the bullseye, and he had, I don't know how long his putt was on 18, Brian? Was that
55.
15 meters or something, up 55 feet. What happened on the 18th? What'd you see?
Yeah, he just
What'd you
sorted
see
over
from
the
it?
basket and went OB. It was game over, but he knew that was make or break for him.
Yeah.
I commend him, and I love the flavor that he brings to professional disc golf. Right now, the big two that everybody seems to look at is Anthony and Gannon, and look at they still have very differing play styles, but they're the tall, lanky athlete. Niklas kind of brings that technician style to disc golf, and it continues to let the disc sing. I feel like he plays a style of disc golf that makes you fall in love with the game.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
AB does stuff that really gets you feeling stuff.
He pushes the limits of the game in every way.
But Niklas does it slow.
Yes.
Like he does that same stuff, but slower. And he's one of those
It's like
guys.
Kyrie Irving.
He reminds me of Or he reminds me a lot of Kale too. In that Kale, when he was on fire, like at his peak, would put the disc from point A to point B, and you knew that the entire 100% of the flight was controlled by him.
Yes.
And it was so cool to watch. Niklas does the exact same thing at that slow, floaty speed.
On 18, the way he's controlling that shot on 18, like having the nose up, late flipping mid, down the middle. There's not that many guys throwing like that. Even mid, most people that throw mid, they drive it. They drive. Like James Conrad's throwing envy and driving it, but Niklas is like, as you say, controlling that whole flight.
He's floating it. And I got to just give him so much props. I love that he's here. I love that he's like playing the game and so committed, and I know he's going to get a major one of these days. He's come so close. But we haven't talked about him yet, but Gannon, we've talked about him all season.
Yeah.
But this time doesn't shoot a single hot round, just chugs away at these courses.
That's a cool
Not
fact.
one hot round.
And you know what? This is how I know he's like supposed to be the world number one. There was a span on the tour up until he won in Kansas City. He was the number one ranked player on tour and with no victories.
Right.
And just chugged along until he got the win in Kansas City. Comes to the World Championships, no hot rounds. And it's because I think he's really learning what it takes to win, and he's not stressing about stuff he doesn't need to stress about. Like Ezra shoots a 14 under at the Monster.
Yeah.
Whatever. I shot a decent round too. I'm going to keep going. Oh, AB wants to shoot 15. I'll shoot my 10. No problem.
Yeah.
And here he comes. Finally gets to the end of the tournament. Look at this gallery. This is just ridiculous.
Wow. Yeah.
But what I like about the way
he laid up on 3. Wow.
Yeah, what I like about the way he's playing now is he doesn't favor any side. Maybe on forehand he favors the hyzer flip more than he used to. He used to chop everything.
Yeah.
But it seems like if he needs to throw a little hyzer flip, he's got the hyzer flip. If he needs to flex something, he's got the flex.
Yes.
If he needs to throw one of these like subtle flexes with something that's like neutral,
so good.
he can do that as well.
Throwing forehand on 5?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Driven.
Bending
Yeah.
a tactic and like letting it match the hillside, flatten out. Like he's so controlled. He's really mastered the angles of everything. He's not just a pull over, let it swing back overstable. He's flipping up his DD3 here, just absolutely perfect, driving it way past the groove.
Look at this. He used to never do this.
No.
These little floaties that get back to flat. He used to get so angry when he'd get to this distance.
So anxious about it
and he would
too.
tell everybody in his car,
Like,
I hate this shot.
Yeah.
Yes, but he would try to jump putt from like 200. That's what he would try to do.
He would.
But he's gotten it, and that's what I love about him.
Here,
is like,
another one.
Yeah.
Floaty putter,
Yeah.
just like controlled hyzer. He'd be chopping an MD5 or something 2
Yes.
years ago. Like 100%.
He looked at me at Austin a couple of years ago, and we talked about his play style, and he's like, yeah, I don't think hyzer flip is like the style anymore. I think the flex is the future of disc golf, and I think everyone's going to start learning that. And then he goes to Nevin, and Nevin beat him up, and he got so upset, and he came back the next year, and he learned hyzer flip. And now it's just like, dude, this guy is doing everything, and it's up to his decision-making at this point.
Yep. It is. He's the guy. The first word that comes to mind for Gannon Buhr for me is inevitable. That's the word I've been using to describe him all year. And it almost feels like with his reactions to, his victories that he kind of owns that inevitability. Like he knows how good he is at throwing the disc, and the way that he always talks to us in his interviews, and the way that he just tells us everything that he's thinking.
Yes,
I love it. he was never there was never a mode of panic. All tournament, all 5 days, even when he was having these slow front nines over at the Monster, he never seemed too fazed by it.
I think that's what you learn eventually when you win enough tournaments. You realize that people are going to crumble no matter what. No one's going to shoot 18 down every round.
Yep.
he realizes that there is no sprint. We talk about sprinting all the time, but you don't need to. If you
he never sprints.
trust yourself and get your birdies when you can, scramble well. He's been scrambling like an absolute genius recently. This little putt. I get thrown to here. This is the worst hole to be an on-course guy. You can't see golf. I said his shot was perfect. He was stuck in this bush. He was here for like all of his 30 seconds. He might have even gone over a little bit, just trying to throw this bullseye.
He was asking the group as well, like, is my lie good? Am I good in this position? Because it's such a tricky shot. But he used to be, like, every press conference, he talks about, like, I just want to shoot something in contention round one. I don't want to push. I don't even know if I want to, like, be in the lead. He likes kind of, like, making that charge late in the tournament. That's why he loves 4-round events. He's like, if I can take the lead round 3, that's perfect. I don't need to be in the lead until then. Like, I'm going to play my game. I know I'm going to outlast these players. And that's why he's become so successful as a champion of the sport, is because he has that discipline to just know.
This shot on 16, I was watching. I was off to the right. I felt like he didn't throw the shot that he wanted. I mean, obviously he stuck it, but I felt like he threw it a little too nose up and a little too hyzery.
Nervy high.
Right? And the way that he just kind of dropped his elbow, you know, it looked like a misfire to me. And the way that he actually reacted to the disc, like, it looked like he was nervous about a miss there. And the way that it hits, you don't see it often, but we were right there by the hay bales, and every now and then you would see him hit and jump over the hay bale, and then you're rethrowing. So it was just crazy how the bounces, sometimes they go your way. Wow, what a moment! What a moment! And I think, you know, I don't want to end this podcast without discussing the commendable runs that we had this week. I mean, we have to talk about Ezra Aderhold, Sullivan Tipton, Aaron Gossage, all of a sudden, like, finding his putt and making a run at this title. Of course, Nicholas, who we've already discussed, but I mean, Sullivan Tipton, we talked about him this last week, but it's incredible for these people who have never won a tournament. I mean, Gossage has lost in a playoff at Worlds, but he still hasn't won a tournament, right? You know, New Zealand, he's a New Zealand champ for sure, but he hasn't won a Pro Tour, and Sullivan Tipton has not won a Pro Tour. And to make a run like that, I mean, what kind of heart does that show? What kind of belief did they show us?
Well, I think Sullivan is an Isaac Robinson mentality kind of guy, because this is not the only major he's done this at. It seems like every major, like whether it's USDGC, Champions Cup, like he's made runs at all these championships, and this isn't the only Worlds he's made a run at. Like, he's been in contention, and I think if his backhand just gets a little bit more competence, like confidence, yes, but like physical competence of directing
more
the shot,
angles and more speed.
It failed him this weekend, and his forehand is like the most genius, like, forehand I've seen in quite some time.
I think
he's got
the best in the world now.
He's got the Ricky chop.
Wow.
He's got the Germ Heiser. Well, not the full Germ Heiser flip, but he's got like 75% of the way there. But it's pretty amazing.
I've seen Sully in some, like, lower level tournaments, some A tiers down in Florida, and when he's kind of like a little looser, a little more fun, like, he'll flip up soul shots, like just kind of running the basket. He's got the full touch, the full power, the full flex. Like, his sidearm, I honestly believe is the best in the world right now.
Love that, Thomas. Yeah, he's one of my favorites to watch. When USDGC last year, when he was throwing on hole 12, that, like, straighter nuke, he was throwing it as far as, like, Garrett Gerthy was throwing his, like, he legitimately threw it like 550 on 12 to put it in position to throw a hyzer up there. And the forehands that he was throwing on 6, like, he was putting them in the circle back-to-back days. He put it in the circle on 6 here at the Beast, which is just not a normal forehand. To be able to start a driver flat and finish it flat, like 380 away, it's just not normal at all.
This slow-mo's great. He's just an athlete. A little bit too much wobble. He's going to have to fix that. Actually, I think with Tech Disc, what do they say, like, a pro level wobble is? Like, it's not like 0 degrees. Yeah, 1.
Okay.
Is like, 1 or below is great. Like, that's like professional numbers for Tech Disc.
Yeah, and then you got some guys. I think Calvin actually has like 4 degrees of wobble. Like, he has lower RPM of most players, but still throws like 74. But anyway,
Eagle as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's in like 4, 5, 6 range for wobble.
Oh, we got to get you back on and talk Tech Disc. That sounds fun. Well, I want to wrap this talk about what Gannon did.
Yeah. Sorry if I derailed you.
It's a podcast.
Yeah.
It's supposed to get derailed, but he wins his world title. Is he 20 yet?
Is he 20, Thomas? I don't
No,
think so. I think
he
he's
turns-
19.
Still
yeah,
19?
Yeah.
Yeah, later this
So-
month, I think, or early September potentially. But
USDGC,
Yeah.
European Open, World Championships. He had 9 wins last season, won the Tour Championship.
in his teenage years,
And it's like he's a
Yeah.
veteran and he's not even able to drink alcohol legally. He can't even have a Lonkero.
He can't
No.
hear?
He can't
Then-
hear?
No, he can hear.
Oh, he can
Okay.
hear.
He
I was like, I don't think he can hear.
He can have Lancaro here.
Oh, well,
It's,
I
it's
I mean,
18.
all the champagne showers, I don't think he's ever even like had a sip of it. I
Really?
think
Yeah.
he's a straight narrow kid, and
Nicholas
I mean,
was dumping it on him.
Oh, I know.
So
I loved it. I
Nicholas
loved it.
like
It was
went
so
back.
good.
He was like, "Wait a
He's
second.
like, "Wait, I got
You
more, I got
deserve
more."
this."
Aw,
got
he
it.
absorbed it through his skin.
Oh,
Well,
man.
Yeah.
Before we we talk about the rest of this tournament, Tosi, our producer, can you work on getting the Corey Ellis shot on 18? One of the craziest disc golf highlights that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yes.
Oh, he said, "Give me a sec." Yesterday's shot to 18, one of the craziest shots. Have you guys seen this yet?
Oh yeah. Just
Sophia's
I
in for a
haven't seen
treat.
it.
Okay, so while he's looking for that, what is more rare in disc golf? A leaner on a par 3 where the disc is leaning up against the pole, or an ace? What is crazier to you?
Oh.
I mean, aces are crazy just because of what it means, but a leaner is more rare.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it truly is
Second
more
that.
rare to get
Second
a
that.
leaner. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's more improbability
Mhm.
to get the disc to absolutely stop and rest
Mhm.
on the basket, where an ace has all this like catching
Yeah.
ability to stick and actually
It can hit in
be
more
an
ways
ace.
to
Yeah.
stick. Yeah.
Like, imagine if disc golf made you lean it up against the basket.
Oh no.
Every putt
Putting would
a
be
tap
so
Dude.
arduous. No one would
You,
watch
you
it.
just have to rest it against the pole
Yeah.
every hole. Yeah.
I
Oh, he's
wouldn't
2
mind that.
inches. Let's see if he can lean it.
You lay up and then
Oh man.
Here we go. So this is Corey Ellis, hole 18. This is, in my opinion, beyond a leaner. Look at this. Oh, he landed on top of the sleeve.
What?
oh my gosh.
And bounce in the air too, not just like stuck underneath the base. but
Oh
bounce
my
and
Wow.
God.
held right on
Wow.
top.
I saw someone's putt do that, but like to have a drive from the bottom of the hill to
Yeah.
stick like that.
Oh,
Oh my
golly.
insane.
Well,
Wow.
Nate,
Let's ask them about the World Games real quick. I
Ooh.
want to hear.
Mm.
You're on the World
Yes.
Games too. You guys are all crazy
Yeah,
for
Team
going to
Canada.
China.
Right,
yeah.
right.
me
here.
and Thomas
Team
are on the
Canada.
same flight. Sophia is on an earlier flight.
Yeah.
I get
Look
there
at the
later
Lord.
though.
So you're flying through. You're flying Qatar. You're
Qatar,
flying through Dubai, or
No, we're going to Doha and then from Doha to
Chengdu.
Chengdu.
Yeah.
wow.
Team Canada, you're going to the World Games. You're one of 16 countries going to China, billion-person country,
Wow.
to represent the sport of disc golf on a pretty big stage. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling I mean, I'm exhausted right now, but I'm really excited for next week. It's going to be like a whole different experience. I've never been to Asia. The course is in like a central park of like a 20+ million person city.
What?
And I think one of the, like the grandstand, there's like a 1,500 person grandstand behind like one of the holes. Like
Wow.
it's, and I don't think the crowds are gonna know anything about disc golf. So I'm
Yeah, it's gonna be
like, are
interesting.
they gonna clap? Are they just not gonna be quiet
Yeah.
for shots? I don't know what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be
To put in
insane.
perspective,
Wow.
we had an estimated 10,000 people here for the final day of the World Championships. They're expecting 15,000 plus at this event to
Mhm.
spectate for the World Games.
To watch disc golf, or
To watch disc golf.
to watch just disc golf,
Just disc
not
golf
the other
at
World
the park.
Games.
Yes.
Because we're at the
How-
park in the middle of the city,
Yeah.
and World
Oh
Games is
my
going on at
gosh.
facilities all over the place.
we
And
re-
we're
that-
shutting down the biggest
Yeah.
park in
We're
the
gonna
city.
break records 3 weeks in a row for
I
us.
know,
This is-
right?
This is
Yeah.
unheard of. This is unheard of.
so the format is, to my understanding, mixed gender all shot doubles.
Yes.
And all shot's scary. No
Alternating?
apologizing.
Is
You're
that-
not allowed to apologize.
Nope.
no.
What's
No
the rules?
sorries.
What's the team rules for you guys?
Oh, we've had plenty of
Oh,
alt
yeah.
shot.
We
rounds
were
together.
partners together for the Pan Am Games a couple
Mhm.
years ago. We were able to take down the gold there.
Yeah.
Like that's
Wow.
where it kind of all started last year at the World Games, World Team Championships. Me and Sofia also played for Team Canada. We were so close. We were spit out away from making the gold medal match, but we secured the bronze on the final day. So we want some vengeance. We want to face Team USA in the gold medal match.
Yeah, we do.
It's going to be a really good battle. I mean, Estonia, we have.
Wait, let's go through the teams though.
Yes.
So U.S. is Missy Gannon, Gannon Buhr,
Gannon Buhr.
and then Estonia is
Right now we have Kristen and Silver Lott, but that could potentially switch up to Katie Tati and potentially Mauri Vilmon.
Okay. Okay, that's
for
also great.
Finland, we have Nestori Tukkonen and Evelina Salonen.
Wow.
And then Norway, we have Oyvind Jarnes and Anniken.
Great team.
Kristensen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be incredible.
Manabu and Rika
Yep.
from Japan are playing.
I love Manabu.
They both joined PDGA in 2002.
Okay. Is Jackie Chan playing? Is he
don't
representing Taiwan?
I don't
Let's
believe
see what-
that
Okay.
their team cut the 16, the top 16.
Oh, okay. You had to qualify.
Yeah,
Here we
top
go.
16 of the last year's World Team Championships got to.
Was that the
Exciting.
one in Australia?
That was one down in Australia. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one you were talking about where you got to
Mhm.
spit out? And
No,
not
not
going to the
me,
goal?
but
No, our
Team
teammate
Canada.
did.
Oh,
yeah.
your teammate did.
So we need
Oh,
to
I
win
think
that
I saw the
match.
video of that one.
Yeah,
I
it
think
wa-
I
it
saw
went a
the
little
It was a good
viral.
putt.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
good putt.
It was.
Yeah.
So we
That
got.
was sorry, go ahead, Brian.
I'm just gonna say the list. It's Lithuania, Great Britain, SVK,
Slovakia?
Slovakia, Estonia, Czech Republic, USA, Germany, Latvia.
Who's Germany?
Germany is
Simon.
no
not
Timo
Simon.
Hartmann
Yeah,
and
Timo
and
Hartmann.
Oh.
Wiebke Jan. Wiebke? I need to learn that one still. I've been practicing my pronunciations with
Nice.
Google Translate.
There we go.
Latvia, Japan, France, Austria, Australia, Finland, Norway.
Yeah.
And
Incredible.
I think it's going to be just a wonderful
Oh my
event.
gosh.
I'll see you
I'm
guys there.
so stoked for you
Yeah,
guys.
See you there.
so
stoked
stoked
for
for
you
it.
guys. I'm stoked to go home, but I'll be watching from Oregon, and I'm so stoked that you're getting to call that, dude. I'm so proud of you, man. You're the
Shout-
guy. You really are the guy that should be calling that, man. Straight up. Oh, also, we also have the surveys out. The fan surveys out. So if you want to vote for, commentary for the Disc Golf
Well,
Network,
it's players, commentators, manufacturers.
Yeah.
commentaries.
everything.
Yeah, if you want Brian and I to call some tournaments next year, vote us in. Vote us
Hell
in.
yeah.
You get to vote for your teams.
Aw.
Brian and I
Yeah.
want to be teams. We want to be romancing the disc golf world to pieces together.
Well, before we leave, we got the black party to go to. None of you all are invited. It's just players, and I'm going to sneak in. Sophia, Thomas, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for
Thanks for
joining
having
us.
us.
Yeah.
You guys rock.
What else is going on in your life? We'll start with Sophia. Anything you need to say to the people?
Well, it's Europe has been awesome, and now I'm on to Asia,
Are,
and
are
that's
you
all I know.
are you ever gonna get back into some chemistry, or is that just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
disc golf like taking?
It's
taking
hard to pursue science when you're touring.
If you can,
yes.
if it's even possible to keep it brief, if you got back into it, like what would you want to do?
I think, a startup would be sweet, but I would probably still select events to come play, and then I actually do a pretty good job of like practicing and then showing up to a tournament and then doing okay. So I think like maybe like picking and choosing events, but I don't know yet. Tour is pretty fun.
No,
and
what
I've
would
traveled
you do with chemistry if you?
What would I do
Yeah,
with chemistry?
Wait, we know you're gonna play disc golf.
Yeah.
You're too
Oh,
good.
okay, okay.
No, you're too good to like you gotta play disc golf.
Yeah, yeah.
You proved that to us years ago in Portland. But if you were gonna get back into chemistry, what would you do with that?
Oh yeah, I think materials and like environmental chemistry would be sort of so like water
Okay.
chemistry, pollutants, and stuff like that. I think
either-
is sort of what direction I would keep going.
Either
in.
play disc golf or like save the ocean. So
Yeah, or drinking water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, we love drinking water. Nate's
yeah, no, you kind of need
passionate
it,
about
right?
tap water.
I
Yeah.
am. I am
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
Thomas.
No,
Yeah,
hold
Thomas.
on. I got to tell
sorry,
a quick
B.
story. I was interviewing Calvin at a press conference, and I was trying to be cheeky, but he's always cheeky back to me.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, Calvin, what do you know about chemicals? Because I know he's a chemistry guy.
Oh, he knows.
And he just
Chemical
looked at me and said,
engineer.
they're everywhere.
Oh.
Anyway, Thomas, what do you have for the people? What else is going on in your life?
And World Games next week. Super stoked for that. Otherwise, I'm coming back to Canada for a little bit. Going to be playing a tournament back home. Then kind of jumping back on tour, heading back to Canada, picking up Sophia at D-Glow, going up to Canadian Nationals.
Wow.
Really stoked for that. And then I'm going to be kind of jumping on Sofia's bandwagon, go back to school, studying kinesiology with concurrent ed, and yeah, stoked about that. Get to do that through the off season, and then jump back on tour next year. So
cool. Dude.
Yeah, I love it.
Hey Sam,
always
come back here. You guys got to get back here. These are the superheroes of the Disc Golf Network.
Yeah.
No, you're
Come
not.
on, Sam.
You don't have to
Come
say
on.
anything.
Come on,
here.
Blaine.
Come here.
Come
in the
on.
back.
Blaine Williams, Sam Gaddis, Tom
No.
Rapp, Yuha Kaito. You guys rule. We're done. Worlds is done. We're going to go party. We love you guys. Good night. That's it. My closes are always awkward. Good night. Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
See you later.
Yeah, Brian.